Hello, welcome to a Map Business Online video presentation. I had a request today that was actually pretty simple, but I don't think I've really ever done a video on this, and I couldn't find one, so I'm gonna just do it. And the request was to take the zip code layer of the map and make it a full zip code USA-wide color-coded view of median income from the demographic data so that they have that as a background upon which to plot points. So pretty easy. The first thing you do is right over here in the map and data tab is turn on that zip code layer. And the first thing I would do is click into the Edit Map Properties button by hovering over that layer, click that Edit Map Properties button, and I'd make those a little transparent to let that background map shine through a little bit. You can do adjustments to the boundary if you'd like. At this level, I don't think at the full USA-wide level that I need to do a lot of changes to the boundary, but you can change the color, make it dark, make it green, make it blue, and thicken it to your liking. I'm going to leave my boundary alone and leave my transparency at about 60%. There's a couple of ways you can color code zip code layer. You can click the edit gear and choose color code map layer. That's sort of a direct way of doing it, and that brings up a whole process by which you can color code the map. You can also go in and color code it right here using the three-piece puzzle piece icon on the toolbar. But let's just go back to map and data as being just plain ready. So if I closed map and data, it's that little button right there. I can always open it up. That's the zip code layer. I'm going to click the Edit Map Properties button, and I'm going to click Color Code the Map layer. The demographic layer of data we have stored in several places in Map Business Online, but one of the places that you have access to it is for color coding purposes. There's general as well, and if you had imported data, that would be here available for color coding. But what we're going to do is just grab the demographic data. So we select here, and you have a whole library of options. The first 2 years that you run into, and there's all these categories, it goes on and on, but the first 2 years, 2018 and 2017 right now, those are projections that we buy from a third party and put in Map Business Online. And then so 2016 is the latest release from the actual Census Bureau. And all the different years that are listed here are set up pretty much the same way. Some have different options, but you can see there's some population options. Let's use 2016 data, and we're just going to scroll down through it. You can see there's population by age. Then we get into households, average households, and there it is, median household income, everybody's favorite, or one of their favorites. Now, you can create this map view based on ranges. And so here selected right for us as 5 ranges, and Map Business Online has applied whatever algorithm we have internally, which will give you sort of a view on the map of these range numbers, and you can see they kind of go all the way up in increments to 67.5, and then it jumps up to higher income levels. Maybe that's the way you want to do it. Maybe you want to have an orange, yellow to orange gradation, or maybe you want to assign different colors that are pretty broadly different, strikingly different. But so you have options to do that. So you could, and I guess if I was doing a background layer, I might stick with that orangey sort of feel. You could change it down here too, so you could decide to go blue, yellow to blue. In my case, I think I would stick with sort of an orange feel. That's your call. So let's just click Done. And that will give you a nice view with a legend. So the legend is right here of the geographic, demographic data around the country by zip code. And that legend, keep in mind, is entirely editable. So you could take that median income. See, I'm just doing a Control X, and I'm going to paste it in. We'll do median income 2016 by zip. So you can consolidate it a little bit if you want to make it a little bit more clarified for your particular map audience, because that's your charge, is to make sure your map audience can understand your map view. Now, if you wanted to go back and edit that, it's really easy. Just click back into that edit gear, click that color code map thing again, up it comes. Now, you could change this. Like I might say, okay, these numbers sound a little wacky. I'm going to go 35,000. And you can edit this to your heart's content. So maybe you want to make it in gradations that are particular to your line of business, and you are entirely welcome to do that. And so I'm just going to put some random ones in here that I don't know why I'm choosing these, but I'm sure some people know more about median income and what it means at different levels than I ever hope to. And then click done. And then you've got your own range defined. And maybe that makes a little bit more sense to your people. When I look at that legend now, it seems to scream a little bit more sensible number reflection to me. Now, but what it did do is it changed the yellow to reflect median income. You can kind of see now that the median income really is in that level of 0 to 35. So it's all yellow. So we've lost some meaning. So I would go back and adjust that to keep it lower. So it makes a little bit more sense why my Map Business Online algorithm was applied to begin with. So let's see what happens if we just make it 35. Bear with me. But 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 0, 0, 1, and we'll go up to 65, and then we'll go 65,000. Let's see how that looks. That added more color to it. And again, if you wanted to actually adjust those color ranges, that's always available too. So maybe you want to make it a little bit more crazy. And I typically would put the red on the top and maybe the gray in the middle, or some less obtrusive color. Different options, different strokes for different folks. Go to mapbusinessonline.com, take our free trial, and I hope this was helpful.